Estonia by Gerson Lucino. General history. Ruled at different times during the Middle Ages by Denmark, Sweden, and ended up as part of the Russian Empire in the 18th century. At the end of the First World War, and with the collapse of the Russian Empire, Estonia declared its first independence in 1918. After World War II, it then became part of the USSR's influence, but regained its independence in 1991 to present. Population 1.3 million as of 2014. Religion. Estonia is one of the least religious countries in the world, with 75.7% of the population claiming to be irreligious. Ethnic groups. Estonia has an ethnic Russian population of 28.4% in the northeast part of the country. Immigration is highly unpopular since the country is still grappling with the integration of Soviet-era immigrants. Economy. The economy grew sharply in 2010 and momentum accelerated in 2011, but a slowdown occurred in 2013 through 2014 when external demand of exports declined. Politics. In 1991, Estonia was one of the first Soviet states to declare its former secession from the USSR and was recognized in September of 1991 as an independent country. Regional differences. The Varvara and Pechora regions, a 2,000 square kilometer of Russian territory, have an ongoing disagreement with Russia about this territory. Most IT innovative country in public and governance transparency in the world, with e-tax, e-health, e-voting, and e-banking. It is also headquarters and birthplace of Skype, which was released in 2003. Nation branding process requires resources from the public and private sectors, as well as government and corporations. The effect is market fundamentalism and requires of embracing commercial language, practices, and assumptions. Out of this formation of public as well as private partnerships, involving private contractors to determine a nation's local identity is a very important part of the process. Outsourcing market research provides another perspective which involves internal as well as external focus groups. Place branding is a term used in public relation enterprises and is vital in creating a new type of reality. In these examples, the Republic of Ireland campaign during the 1970s through the 1980s was to promote its educated young workforce, which was successful. However, the same cannot be said about the Cool Britannia initiative in 1997, which received negative publicity. A few individuals that stand above the competition in the international public relations, which is Wolf Olins and Simon Anholt. Both have written articles and books and have made their success branding nations. National branding identity is created from the collection of a nation's past that has been popularized by tradition and its origin. This creates the visibility that can attract foreign investors, tourism, as well as exports. Another part that is vital to branding a nation is the geopolitical shape that would include international organizations such as the United Nations and the European Union. This helps to develop national pride and solidarity. In addition, nation branding requires market fundamentalism in conjunction with leadership. This was undertaken by Prime Minister Mart Laar, whom introduced what he coined shock therapy for socialism. These dramatic measures in political and economic reforms involved a new constitution and legal system, retraining programs mostly geared in the IT sector, flat taxes, no corporate taxes, eliminating tariffs, which when all was said and done produced Estonia as a neoliberal nation. Brand Estonia was designed by Interbrand Corporation a consultancy, along with Emor, a marketing firm. Together they promoted a national image and reputation to establish a position within the global community. This provided international visibility and promoted economic development. As you can see in this photo, Estonia promotional logo. Welcome to Estonia. Additional press and promotional materials were distributed throughout the European countries, and Estonia was admitted into the European Union. Furthermore, Öhlins developed a 7-step process known as the mechanics of nation branding. Totalizing the logic of branding a nation comprises of unique identities that is encapsulated in a slogan and cultivates a niche market. As for the cost of branding a nation, we can draw this estimate from the Institute for Public Relations to be about 130 to 230 billion. Some of the largest public relations in the world are nations and public entities such as the European Union and World Bank. Simply put, nation branding is domestic propaganda. Now, if you read between the lines, what you have is neoliberalism. In layman's terms, that would be as if you were to take democracy and mixed it together with capitalism. You get neoliberalism. And the primary objective of nation branding is manipulation, seduction, and control. Is there something we as citizens can do? Well, the answer is yes, and it requires citizens to take action by asking questions and inquiring to bring greater transparency, extend media literacy to public relations and marketing firms, demand from our governments that public relation firms and brand consultancies disclose their client list, require transparency when private funding is used to advance public policy, and above all, think independently and research. Thank you for watching.